Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Rydecki, and I'm glad you found your way here. Maybe you're joining us for the fun and relaxation of drawing. Maybe it's to learn some new drawing techniques or develop a drawing habit. Everyone's different. The great thing about that, in my mind, is that we are coming together this way through art. And that's one of the goals of our Create and Connect program, to foster community connections through art. With that in mind, I'll take a minute here to show and discuss our video schedule. What I offer in this series is a collection of art ideas and techniques that I've gathered along my journey as an artist and art teacher. The art starters progress and build, beginning with getting to know the basics of finding flow and letting go, to find peace that can come from drawing. As we move along, we'll find our way to some observational drawing and eventually to art experiences that relate specifically to our collaborative community sculpture making block parties in May and June. This schedule can also be viewed on our website. For this week's drawing, I will discuss and demonstrate neurographic drawing, a psychological method developed by Pavel Piskarev in 2014. About this technique, Piskarev says it is a way of drawing that connects the outer, the drawing, from the inner, your mind. It's based on knowing that the brain and hand are connected. In Piskarev's words, neurographics uses that connection to loosen and redirect habitual thought patterns. When I draw this way, it feels to me like I'm taking the edges off of what is sharp. Sharp as in out of my control, challenging or chaotic. In doing so, I find a softening of the sharpness that brings about a peaceful state of mind and creates something beautiful. You'll see what I mean as I break this down into the steps for neurographic drawing. The first step is to bring to mind something that might be challenging you right now. Write it somewhere near or even on the back of your paper. Choose your drawing tool is step number 2. Black or another dark color is best. You might already have a favorite type of tool, or you might want to experiment with tools before you start this one. I used a black ultrafine Sharpie. My lines expanded and spread out a bit, but that's okay. I still like the way it turned out. Do keep in mind here, though, that you will do some detailed small drawing, so you might want to avoid a thick-tipped tool. Step number 3, you'll bring your challenge to mind, the one you wrote down in step 1. Center your mind on that challenge, on your drawing tool, and on your paper. Take some nice deep breaths, then just draw lines that fill the space and go off the edges, only for about 5 seconds. When you do this, let your thoughts flow from your head to your hand to your paper. Make lines that express and represent your challenges. My beginning lines, my step number 3 lines, looked something like this. I'm using tracing paper just for demonstration, to show you the steps and the finished piece. So my line started at the edge. I found myself starting with some curving lines, and then this explosion of chaos, my challenge, and I let my line finish off at the edge. In step 4, you'll begin to soften the sharp, pointy places. You will continue rounding out wherever lines intersect. As you do this, allow yourself to enter the flow zone, focused and immersed in what you're doing. Your flow of drawing can become a flow of being that's similar to meditation. Remember to breathe deeply and relax into this. You'll continue rounding all intersections. Lastly, in step 5, you'll add more. In mine, I added circles, more lines, repeated lines that made patterns, and I rounded off new intersections that came from adding more. Because I knew I would be using this one for demonstration, I even added words having to do with the process so that I wouldn't forget them. It's up to you here. Take it where you want. You are the artist. This is uniquely your work. This artwork can also be a metaphor. When we face challenges in life, one of the hardest things is realizing and accepting what is and isn't in our control. In this drawing, you are in control. Your art won't solve the problem, but the act of doing it might just bring you a bit of peace to better handle it. I totally lost track of time here, which happens when we're in the flow zone. I think I spent over an hour on this. I hope that you will be able to take some time, get comfy, and find yourself taking off some of the sharp edges of life in this drawing. And if you want to see other examples of neurographica done by others, just Google image search Neurographic Drawing. If you want to know more about Pavel Piskarev, you can visit his website by going to the link in this video description. Until next time, everyone, peace.